Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is ZaraTrixie and we have just seen the first semi-final of this year's Eurovision Song Contest, and I'm just gonna pop in here real quick and give you some thoughts about what we saw. I tried to take some notes, and we're gonna get into also talking about the 10 entries that made it to the final, which were Switzerland, Armenia, Iceland, Lithuania, Portugal, Norway, Greece, Ukraine, Moldova, and Netherlands. And pretty soon we will also see them make their draws to find out which part of the final they will enter in, if they will be in the first half or second half. But I'm just gonna start off with talking about the first semi-final and some thoughts about that. Overall, in general, I thought it was a good show. There were no major issues or any halts in the show that took from the flow of it all. I think they were running a little bit behind in schedule. I don't remember which time exactly they ended, so don't quote me on that, but I think they were maybe a little bit behind. The opening number I thought was good, but not more than that. I will not remember that opening number. I am always very happy to see a huge dance number, no matter if it's a opening number or a interval act, because obviously I am a dancer, so I get excited to see dancers on stage. I did feel though that the whole opening number were a bit all over the place, and it was three different parts that didn't really match together, so I didn't see really the connection between those different places. But still, in general, it was a nice show. It was a nice opening. I didn't mind it. It didn't provoke me. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. The hosts, I think, were okay. I am a little bit allergic to this. There seems to be this trend that just escalating with them always having to shout out commands together like a choir, and I think they kind of overdid that. However, I'm always feeling that we should be very forgiving, because it's a first show. They need to get warm in their clothes, as we say in Sweden. So I think they did a great job for being the first live performance for them in Eurovision. I think the manuscript could have been a little bit sharper. I do think that Mika, I don't think he got enough lines. I think his purpose of being a host is not necessarily to be primarily the host, which I think is a shame, because I got some great vibes from him. I have never seen him as a host, only as an artist, but I thought he did a great job, and I'm excited to see if he will carry the shows a little bit more moving forward or not. The other two I didn't mind, but it could have been sharper. Now, let's talk a little bit about the entries themselves. I'm not going to go through each and every one of them. I'm just going to go through a few of them that I felt like I need to talk about them. And I have to start off with Albania. I was shook. I don't want to say that I necessarily agree, but I see why the production team would go through them after rehearsals and be like, you need to tone it down. I can see why people would think that is an okay way to go about this entry. However, I don't agree with them. Let them do their thing. Have you seen a number like this ever in Eurovision? No. Do Eurovision need to have a number like that? Yes, I actually think so, because it was powerful, it was striking, I think she did an amazing job. Maybe she was moving around a little bit too much because her vocals didn't really catch up to what this song needed, but I thought it was body, it was dancing. They were it wasn't a number that was supposed to look perfect. It was a number that was supposed to look. And I did so, and I love the changes they made with the guys' clothing and all that. And yes, it was a lot of movement in there that can be very different for some people to watch. For me, as a dancer, like I've seen so many things, it's just a body. It's a body and it's muscles. Let them move their muscles in their bodies the way they want, and let us not judge them or shame them. And then I have to say I was very happy with Switzerland. I thought that number looked stunning. I love how they dare to keep this like dark stage throughout everything, and how they worked with those sort of effects coming through. I thought it was amazing, and I was super excited to see them go through. I was sad that Albania didn't go through, but I didn't expect them to do that. Even though I really liked the number, it just didn't keep up with the standards that we wanted, or that I wanted, I should say, because these are my thoughts. And don't mind my nails, I lost 2 of my nails today. I'm gonna get them fixed. Ukraine, amazing. I thought it was great. However, let's see. Yeah, first we had in Albania's number, we saw a cameraman in shot at least one time, and then once again in the Ukrainian number I saw cameraman twice, and I have to say that is not okay. And it happened again later on. I counted a total of 5 times that I could see either a cameraman running across the stage, running somewhere in the background, or like a huge camera rig. That I think it's fine if it can happen once, maybe twice in the first show, but not 5 times. Come on, get it together. So yeah, but I think Ukraine, it looked amazing. I liked the staging and how the number grew. I was a little bit disappointed with Netherlands, actually, to be honest. Did they deserve to go through the final? Yeah, I think so. It's not one of my personal favorites, but I just thought it took a little bit too long for her to show emotion. But I think that was the thing, that she had so much emotion in herself, and she didn't dare to open that up, because in the end we saw her open up, and her voice got very shaky, but it was actually really nice. I thought she was being a little bit more on the stiffer side throughout the number, and in the end you can hear the emotion in the voice, and that's what I think is so beautiful, because sometimes it doesn't need to be a perfect vocal if it comes from a emotional place. And so that was amazing. I thought it looked stunning with the lights as well. Moldova, oh my gosh, I have to talk about Moldova. You should have seen me. I sat here screaming. I thought it was so good. I was very hesitant after the rehearsal clip, but they brought it, and I was so happy they made it through. And they are kind of unique. The Swedish commentator said that, and I believe him, he's a legit person in these in this community of Eurovision. He said that they are, together with Carola, the only artists that have made it to the final of Eurovision Song Contest in 3 different decades. Like, let that sink in. They have competed throughout 3 decades. That's cool. First 2005, and then it was 2011, and now again 2022. So that is super cool. And I talked a little bit about I was lacking some energy from them. I saw it today. It's not the same as way back in 2005 still, but for being here and now, I thought it was an amazing show, and they did some really simple tricks to still have movement on the stage. I love those 2 brothers that they had their like small pieces here and there, and how they were staging them and choreographing them across the stage. So I think it was a amazing number, and to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up high in the final. But it's a really hard entry for me to judge, because I don't know where to put them, but I think they did a great job. I noticed something in the green room. I have to go back and watch this, but I saw many countries that had Ukrainian flags. I'm just gonna leave it with that. I saw many Ukrainian flags throughout the green room that wasn't in the Ukrainian section. It was just an observation that I saw, and when they announced the countries that made it through, you could see some Ukrainian flags amongst those. Okay, now I have to check how many did I get correct. Let's see. My prediction: I had Ukraine, that was correct. Norway, Greece, Netherlands, Portugal, Latvia. We missed out on Latvia, which, as I said, also I wouldn't mind them missing out. Or yeah, we missed out now, so I'm just gonna move them over. Lithuania made it through, yes. Switzerland, super excited they made it through. Denmark, I think I got that wrong. Yeah, Denmark did not make it through, and we had the Moldova. Did it? Yeah, the host also said Moldova when they announced it, I think. And I was like, excuse me, what did you call the country? And now I said it myself. So never judge someone, okay? That's, even though that's all we do in Eurovision. Let's see, who should I move up? We had Armenia that made it through, which that was super excited. I did not expect Armenia to go through. And Iceland. Ooh, and I placed Iceland very far down. And that's the thing, because Iceland is so far from a entry that is to my personal liking, and that is why it's super hard to make predictions, even though I was a little bit hesitant, because I thought that there are maybe many more people that actually like this entry, but I still didn't think it would make it through. So I am super excited. I don't think I ever gotten this many correct, so I actually got 8 out of 10 correct. And I missed out on Armenia and Iceland, and I had placed Armenia as the 11th entry, and I also said that I thought it would be a tight fight down there. So that is what I think about that. Then we had a interval act, which I thought it was an actually good interval act. At first I was a little bit uncertain about the whole instrumental thing, but I still liked it, and it was really nice sounding, and I thought like, oh, this is kind of a cute little moment that is sort of like a reflection of how interval acts used to be when there were pretty much only music, but then it switched up and it got frantic again, and we had dancers coming in. The choreography at that point I thought was a little bit unpolished. Like, the dancers are skilled and the choreographers are skilled, because I loved how they had placed the dancers in like this long row, but it was a little bit unsynchronized again, and it just didn't. It felt to me very stressed. It still looked good, I think. The outfits could have been better. Also, I think some of the styling choices for both the opening number and interval acts were kind of meh. It was like so many colors, so much bling, and so much stuff. It was just so much color, and still we had that huge black sun in the background that it feels so bad. I don't wanna. I'm just gonna stop talking about that damn sun that is ruining it in the background of this stage. But we need to talk about. I always forget his name, and I forgot it now. It's late, guys. I'm sorry. The Italian artist that got to sing his song that he was supposed to compete with when the contest was cancelled due to Corona. Oh my god, that was the best moment of the night. Like, if we put everything as I live for the entries, like, even if I say that this interval act was the best part, it is always going to be the artist for me no matter what. But the biggest, like, whoa moment, because I haven't seen it before watching the live show, I thought that number was amazing with all the dancers. And also I love the fact how he was starting off with the piano, and then you all of a sudden had that person just walking straight through, which made you think like, wait, was that supposed to happen, or did a camera guy just walk in again? But it didn't look like a camera guy, so what is going on? And then it happens again, and how they built up the entire performance was amazing. I think all the choreography in that number were spot on, and it was amazing to see all of these dancers back again on stage. And at that part when they are just standing all together tight on the stage, I think it was great. I loved it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I should keep it short now, but overall I think it was a great show. I think we got to see many great things, no major issues really, except from the part that the camera guys need to get their stuff together. We can't have cameramen ruining the shots and performances. That's just, it's not okay. I'm gonna be a little bit harsh on them, even though, yes, cut some slack, but we haven't had that many issues with camera guys before running into shots, and I don't know whose problem it is. It might sound I'm blaming the camera guys, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the individual camera guy's fault. It can be, but it could also be something else. If you have a bad organization, it would just contagiously spread throughout everything. So whatever they need to do to fix those issues, get to it, like now. Otherwise, great show, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed the show. What did you think about the results? Who were your favorites tonight? Did they make it through? Personally, I am very happy with the results, so let's have a discussion in the comment section, and always remember to keep it kind and respectful. I love when we have different opinion, as long as we respect each other and have a nice conversation about it. I will see you guys in the next video. We have the second semifinal coming up soon, and it will finally be our time to see Sweden, my country, perform. I am super nervous. So let's keep our fingers crossed for Cornelia and for all the other entries in the second semifinal. Take care, guys. Bye.